All the great people, before they were born, God sent angels to their parents because there's a protocol for raising greatness.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. Get ready for transformation as we dive into God's Word. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
What I want to share with you in the next few minutes, I have a video to illustrate it. And the way God crystallizes things I'm supposed to share is by Kairos. So by Kairos, the few moments I was on social media today, I saw this video and I heard the Lord clearly. This is what many people are doing. I'm talking about media team. I'm talking about the rabbit video. This is what many people are doing with their families. Media team, play the video. That's it. Very short video. I just want a better job. I'm working hard so I can afford the good things of life. By the time you are done with your carrots, your children, the enemy might have taken all of them. The enemy might have taken. It's a global crisis. Listen, it is not only pastors that are complaining, psychologists. One of my favorite YouTube programs is, I think, Diary of a CEO, all right? And there was a particular episode that was talking about parenting. A child psychologist was talking about parenting. And I want to share with you some of the things that were said. First, this woman is not a pastor. She was talking pure science. She said, first, it has been discovered that 1 in every 5 children will experience depression before they become adults. We don't know what the problem is, or we pretend not to know. But all we know is that there is more depression today than there was 50 years ago. And all the so-called cure, instead of being preventive, try to be corrective. And they don't work. People aren't getting better. And we are wondering why. And she said the reason is simple. The number one cause of depression in children is absent parents. This is a scientist talking. Absent parents. That when children are growing up in a home and the parents are not present, they develop anxiety, they develop ADHD. It's been proven now that ADHD is actually a stress response. It's been proven scientifically. If you send your children to daycares before they are 2, they will be depressed when they grow up. Oh, yes. I think it is 18 months, thereabouts. Anything less than 18 months, your children have no business. Guess what? These are the things we knew. We have convinced ourselves that it is normal because we are trying to cope with economic pressure. And listen, I understand. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you at all. But I'm here to let you know that because you are made in the image of God, don't just cave into the system. Don't allow the system determine your faith. You, as a co-creator with God, determine how you're going to influence the system or create Goshen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Simulate your own experience. And the only way this will happen is you go back to the Bible way. Go back to the Bible way. See, first and foremost, one of the things you must realize is that a man's life does not exist in the abundance of things that he possesses. In fact, be careful the church you go to, because many of you learn covetousness in church, which is ironic. A man's life does not consist in the abundance of things which he possesses. Are you ready for what I'm about to say next? Putting your career on pause for a few years to be there for your children is biblical. You see what I said? Some things are hard to say because of the hardness of people's hearts. Ladies, listen to me. And I'm saying ladies for a reason. Because now, if it's a pastor saying it, you may take offense with it. But a scientist has told you that as important as both parents are important to children in different ways. There is a kind of attachment that children need their mothers for. Mothers primarily. And so, you must get your satisfaction from other things than your secular definition of success. You know what Mary said? All generations shall call me blessed. Why? Did she plant a church? Did she build schools? What did she do? Because of who she gave birth to. All generations shall call me blessed. We need godly women who take pleasure and pride in the fact that they were willing to pause some things to raise children. People like me will not be here today, but for my mother making such sacrifices. And guess what? Life is long. So when you raise children, in fact, even science has said the first 5 years critical, then 9 to 18 critical. Just for critical windows, be present. Find a way to be present. Find a way to be present. My mom is by far more educated than my dad. You can't even compare. My mom has 3 master's degrees. And has been a lecturer in mathematics for several years in one of the tertiary institutions in Nigeria. Sound woman. And I'll never forget, even I as a child did not understand it. When she came back sometime in 1997, she said she got a job offer to lecture in a university in the US. And I was jumping, excited. And she said, I'm not going. I said, what? You're not going what? Listen, it is so memorable. I say 97, so you can imagine how old I was then. So memorable, I remember everything in the room. I was standing beside the dwarf fridge, green rug. You know, I remember what the fan looked like. You can guess there was no light, but you get, you know. She said, I've not been able to secure visas for the entire family. I'm not leaving you. That's what she said. I'm not leaving you. See, I know I will not have turned out this way without my mom. Without my mom. And you know, the funny thing is this. The devil will deceive you. You see, I am more blessed than people know. I will leave it at that. And the way I've been able to cater for my parents, don't know. They ignored me. I don't know if they would have had the things that God is going to give them through me. They would have lost both ways and they would not have known. You know, I told you every day, almost every day, someone cries and blesses me. Today it was my dad. He said, I saw what you said, you sent, and tears welled down my eye. He said, because I was pursuing my boss for my retirement benefit and he was posting me. And I was just heartbroken. After serving for decades, then your alert came in. And he said, I bless you. Eh? As someone prayed for you, you knelt down on the phone. My friend, do you even realize the destinies that God has put for you to carry? Are you sensitive? Are you sensitive? Or you don't care? All the great people, before they were born, God sent angels to their parents because there's a protocol for raising greatness. Raising greatness. Don't allow culture deceive you. You know, sometimes some things we ought to know and we forget. God relegates us. Go to the ants, you sluggard. You are imago Dei. At the epicenter of God's creation, if you are forgotten, go to the ants. That's one of the biggest spiritual insults. You made in the image of God, go to the ants. Because some of the things we are trying to teach you, even animals know it. Please play the other video. You know, let me tell you something. Don't get to heaven and angels are asking you why birds had a better marriage than you. While you are arguing gender roles, see what birds are doing. Eh? Birds that Jesus said you are worth more than 10,000 sparrows, many sparrows. See what sparrow is doing. They don't have half the intellect you have, yet they have that understanding. Hey, I am raising a child. You go and hunt the food. And it's not an argument, it's an understanding. Throughout that period, the woman is not hunting. Can the Lord help us to make sacrifices for our children? Can He help us? Can He give us the wisdom? I know it's easier said than done. If you were Mary and Joseph, and an angel tells you, carry your son. They are trying to kill your son. Carry your son until we bring you word. What will you say? I cannot leave UK right now. I'm trying. You know, I was doing a study on some other animals. like African elephants. While the male elephants go mostly solitary, protecting everyone, looking for food, there is an entire matriarchal herd, meaning all the female elephants in the society. They raise the children together. You know, that's a whole conversation in and of itself. Do you know how healthy it is to have friends who share your values? How healthy it is for your marriage? There are some friends that will not allow you do rubbish in that marriage, you know. May the Lord give you such. I can't tell you how healthy it is. And how healthy it is even for the balance of the marriage to sometimes just go, spend time with your friends. Pray together, play together, and come back. What do you do when the devil makes you too busy to enjoy such company? Do you even know what an attack is? You think it's only when your health is failing or your finances is, you know, some people judge attack only by money and health. Go to the ants. Go to the birds. Go to the elephants. What about eagles? You are going to like this one, ladies. Both male and female take turns incubating the egg. This is co-parenting. After the woman sits for a while, she will stand up, the man will sit too. I know you want to clap more than that. Wolves have and maintain only one sexual partner all their lives. Not just wolves, quite a number of animals. The reason why many creators choose to use pigeons on, for weddings, on wedding cakes and things like that, is because pigeons also keep one sexual partner all their lives. Even when the partner dies, they stay celibate. To abuse people who are loose, they say you are behaving like an animal. But what happens when even animals, if even animal, they try pass you? What do we call that? We need to create a name for you, a different name. Infidel, right? I need something stronger. Because even some infidels, don't let me give examples. I think I'm going to stop here. All I'm going to say is this: return back to the Bible way. Sit together as a couple. Create a clear direction for your family. What kind of children do you want to raise? What kind of parents must we be to raise this kind of children? How do we want them to stand out in society? The world is trying to indoctrinate them. When false knowledge tries to attack their mind, what counter knowledge will they find there that they have ingested listening to their parents? What parenting books are we going to read? Who are going to be our examples? Where are we going to constantly hear things that can help us stay the course in raising godly children? What are we exposing our marriage to that can damage this marriage? My advice to you: sit together and intentionally craft, because you see, like I said, you can be a church goer and do marriage the worldly way. I think it was Pastor Kingsley, and oh my God, so profound. He said there are 3 types of marriages. There are cultural marriages, there are modern marriages, and there are Christian marriages. Cultural marriages suppress women. Modern marriages suppress men. A Christian marriage will never fail.
I believe you have been blessed by this message. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. God bless you.